Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG Build Guide Edition. Today I am ready to drop on you, finally, my brand new Marksman Heartseeker pure physical puncture trigger build for Last Epoch Season 2. It is an absolute blast to play and I'm excited to showcase it today. But first, huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video, the Crimson Market. Now if you don't know about the Crimson Market, they've got some awesome tools for trading inside of isometric action RPGs on their website and Discord. But my favorite thing about the Crimson Market is the Crimson Club. These crazy people make a custom gaming PC almost every single month and then draw it to their Crimson Club members. And I am talking truly custom, including, check this out, their brand new Last Epoch computer coming. It is so cool. I definitely want one. Right now, you can get the golden ticket for the Crimson Market to enter the club free with 30 days Royal Tier. It is the first link in the description. And again, thank you to the Crimson Market for sponsoring today's video. Starting off with some gameplay. Now, what you're looking at right now is 300 Corruption. This is a level 91 Heartseeker Marksman. And yes, it looks very, very good. This is the new skill MTX and some new body armors that I think look awesome on the build. Now, the skills we are using are Shift, and of course, that is your movement skill, which you're going to be using almost every second, or at least when it's off cooldown. We're going to be using Smoke Bomb. Puncture will be automated, and when you are killing enemies and they have recurves left, they are just going to shoot out punctures everywhere. So it is an automated skill. You never have to manually cast it. You're also going to have black arrows everywhere from Dark Quiver. And again, that is also automated. All you got to do is pick them up. And it's nice that you can now hold 3 at a time. And then, of course, our spam ability, which is Heartseeker. And this build, like, I don't know how to quantify it. It is just so much fun. I just know this is going to be the meta skill for Season 2. I'm excited to finally be able to show it off. It's smooth, it feels good, it's got good clear speed, it's got good single target, and I think people are really gonna enjoy it, especially because of how many different ways you can play it. So, very simple. You shift, you smoke bomb, and you shoot Heartseekers and pick up black arrows when you see them. That is the build. So this is 300 Corruption you are seeing right now, and right now, with the exception of my amulet, all of my gear is exalted. All of it. So there is so much headroom on what you are watching. The only item I have that's unique is the Nihilist amulet, and I don't even have it legendary. It's just a regular Nihilist that I have equipped to get a couple extra skill points. Everything else is all exalted. All right. Single target at the end of the cemetery. Just destroyed. Moving over to the training dummy, check out single target right now. You attack extremely fast, basically a guaranteed crit, and look at those damage numbers. Again, this is with all exalted gear with the exception of a unique amulet. There is so much headroom. So now let's break down the skills for our Heartseeker Marksman, and I'll try and point you in the right direction for what nodes you want to take first. Now for our movement skill Shift, what you want to do is come down the right first over here and get cooldown recovery and haste. You're then going to come to the left and you're going to get invulnerable while shifting, which helps keep you alive, and boost to your dodge per dexterity. You're then going to come up and take this tree to the left, which is going to cleanse ailments when you use Shift, which again helps keeping you alive with damage over time. My last point that I had left over, I threw it in to create a shadow after shifting. Moving over to our damage dealer, which is of course Heartseeker. Now, first thing you want to do is come up here to the right and get your minimum recurve chance and get your recurve per dexterity. That way, when you shoot it, it just keeps hitting the same enemy over and over again. You then want to come to the left and take this tree up here. This is going to be multiplicative bow damage and your crit multiplier and base crit. You're then going to come over here and you're going to make it where the extra recurves you would have are going to shoot punctures like crazy. This is basically going to give you your clear speed inside of monoliths. You then want to come down and get your Heartseeker as a chance to recurve to grant you Dust Shroud. This is going to also help keep you alive. You've got some multiplicative damage and frenzy. Now, you are probably going to have a lot more points than I do into Heartseeker. Right now, I only have 24. If you have extra points, you can get up to 6 seconds of Frenzy, and I would have put a point right here in Returning Darkness. This is going to give you a ton of black arrows. Moving over to Smoke Bomb. Smoke Bomb. First thing you want to do is come down here and get Lingering Fumes. That way you have a longer duration and boost your base critical strike chance. You could take points out of here if you don't have to worry about crit later on in the build, but for me, I need it. I then want to come up and make sure I'm getting slow stacks. Slow stacks are going to really support Puncture. You're coming down and you're getting less damage over time with your Crimson Shroud, and you're just working your way around to get Cleanse again. So you're going to be cleansing with Shift, and you're going to be cleansing with your Smoke Bomb. Lastly, you're going to come up here and get Glancing Blow and Impending Gloom for area and growth. Awesome skill. Moving over to Puncture, and there's a couple ways you can run this. I've tested it. I like coming over to the right. So you're going to get your physical shred chance, you're going to get your bow hit damage, you're going to get more shred, you're going to get ailments, and then you're going to get damage against slowed, and immobilize. So for Puncture to do more damage, it is important that you are slowing enemies with your Heartseeker. At bare minimum, you're slowing enemies with your Smoke Bomb. But ultimately, again, this is all automated. You never actually have to use Puncture. But if you don't like going this way and you don't want to worry about slow, you can just come to the left and get Cadence of Death, which is multiplicative damage as well. So yes, that is Puncture. Last but not least, Dark Quiver. Now, Dark Quiver, first thing you want to do is come over and snag this node. And until dawn, using a bow attack grants you a chance to summon a black arrow. This basically automates black arrow. And again, if you take this with this node right here, Returning Darkness, you have black arrows all over the place. You then want to come over and down. This is going to boost your multiplicative damage, your physical, mana, and give you bigger recurve chance, an extra 50% on that shot. And remember that Dark Quiver got a buff. You can now store 3 arrows at a time. Lastly, come up here and grant yourself 3 seconds of Frenzy when you pick up a dark arrow. Those are the skills. So now let's break down the passives. At time of recording, I'm level 91 on our Heartseeker Marksman, and I'll show you where I plan on putting the rest of those points. Now in the base tree, we've got 8 into Swift Assassin, 8 into Steady Hand, and then we're taking our normal damage while moving, reduction, and haste on hit. So we're going to get some dex, health, and attack speed and damage. Pretty basic tree. And if you're struggling with survivability, you could also put 5 points into dodge and parry, which will give you glancing blow and dodge. We opted out of this node for now. Moving over to Marksman, where I've got 68 points. 8 into Draining Arrows for attack speed and health. Focus Fire for haste on evade. We've also got 5 into Assassin's Quiver, Wound Maker, and Heightened Senses. This is going to boost your critical strike chance and critical strike multiplier. We have maxed out Concentration for more damage, dodge rating, movement speed, and less hit. Probably the best 3 nodes on the entire tree. We've got 5 into Missile Mastery, which is going to give you a huge boost to your armor shred chance. I don't know if you saw it, the training dummy. We were over 700 stacks of armor shred. Moving over to Barbed Arrows, this is going to give you physical res shred chance, or physical resistance shred chance. And remember, this is a full physical build. 1 point into Arrow Storm to get 1 point into Covering Fire for Silver Shroud. 1 into Barrage of Pain and Perfect Aim. We want as much crit strike multiplier as possible. And then we are in Sniper's Gambit for 30 base, 1 into Eternal Arrows, and 2 into Master Archer. This node has been changed to add Heartseeker recurve chance on it. Moving into Blade Dancer, we have 8 into Cloak of Daggers. This is Dex and Glancing Blow. And then the remainder of my points are going to be over here in Falconer. So my next 4 are going to be in Raptor's Wing, which is going to be chance to gain haste and multiplicative damage when you have haste. And then the last points will be right here in Wilderness Scout and Outlander's Tenacity, just to give me more dodge and more endurance so that we are tankier later in the build. And remember, all of this stuff is subject to change when we do more testing, but those are the passives. Moving over to last Epoch tools, we're going to break down the blessings, idols, and gear, starting with blessings. And keep in mind, everything is subject to change. Now, the blessings we went with is critical strike multiplier, all res, endurance, physical resistance, and mana. And you can switch out mana for lightning resistance if you need it. You could also switch out physical resistance for physical shred. Moving over to idols, Marksman has one of the coolest idols I have seen. This idol has recurve chance on it and triple damage while wielding a bow. Yes, the same affix is on this idol 3 times, including repeat chance, crit strike, and crit multiplier. So obviously we have 2 of those. We've also got life, elemental res, crit strike, crit multiplier, dodge, and glancing blow, 2 of those. And the rest give us life, dodge, and round out our idols, or our resistances. Very, very good idols for Marksman. Now, moving over to gear, there's nothing required for this build. You can play this completely with exalts, which is what you saw in my gameplay. That being said, there's a couple best in slots I think would be good for this build, especially stuff that's fairly easy to find. First thing we took is Flight of the First. This has awesome implicits. Bow, crit multiplier, base, physical. You've also got movement, crit chance, and when you're moving, you get a stack of ancient flight after attacking, and you're always kind of shooting and moving with this build, and it's going to give you 100% critical strike avoidance and a boost to your critical strike. Basically, it'll make it where you always crit. We're using the Kestrel, which this is a level 1 body armor. I think I got a couple of these that are for LP. This is going to give you dodge, movement, gain haste on hit, haste effect on you, and 1 to dex skills. Awesome level 1 body armor. We're taking some DR with our ring. We're using the new Brewmaster's Buckle. This is a 2000 endurance threshold build with maxed endurance %, and that will be even bigger when you pop potions with your new Brewmaster Buckle. We took our Gambit of the Erased for 1 to skills dodge, and for leech, we're using Bleeding Heart. The rest of the items are all just exalted. We've got Dex, recurve, double health. On our Quiver, this is where you're going to get your slow chance, bow attack speed, physical, chill, poison res. Dex, physical, health. Dex, movement, double health. And for our gloves, we took Dex, and then I took the experimental affix, dodge rating, endurance threshold if not hit recently, with double health. That is the gear. So now let's talk leveling. Aaron, this is great, but how do I get it from level 1 to what I see on screen right now? All right, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks. Now, know that a lot of people have different opinions on how to level. I'm just going to tell you how I like to level, and that is with the skill Cinder Strike, and this is using a bow with it. Now, with Cinder Strike, you've got a couple of options. You can go straight up and get multiplicative damage and fire. You can come down here and get oil coating with Ignite, which is really, really good as well. And you can come to the left to get blind chance and attack speed. I like going straight up first and then to the right and snagging oil coating. Ignite is very, very strong for leveling, by the way. Now, there's also a couple uniques that are great, and again, I'll link the leveling build for actionrpg.com in the description, but you can use Hell's Reach, Hell Reach very, very early, and then you get access around level 30-35 to Dragon Song. So there's tons of fire support early in the game. The second skill I would actually use is Shift, and I know you can put this unspec'd on your bar. I just like being able to move quick and have haste. These 2 nodes right here just make it very, very easy to traverse the campaign. And then I come up here and take Shurikens, which is my 3rd skill. And then I come down here and we get a boost to our armor, and you get your little pierce chance, and you get your Shurikens flying around you. So first skill, Cinder Strike. Get some oil coating and some boosted damage. Second skill, Shift. Cooldown recovery, haste, and trigger Shurikens. Third skill, Shurikens. Get pierce so they stay on you. Come over here. Boost your duration and armor. And fourth skill you want is Smoke Bomb. And Smoke Bomb, what you want to do is come down and get duration, bigger area slow chance, and you can even get crit chance as well. But by the time you get Smoke Bomb, you will be just flying through the campaign. All right, everybody, that's the build guide. What do you think of my new Heartseeker Marksman? Is there anything I missed? Is there anything I can do to take this to the next level? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Of course, only if you think I've earned it. Check out the Discord. We're over 5,000 strong now on the Action RPG Discord. We got movie nights, game giveaway every 2 weeks. Make sure you check it out. It's one of the first links in the description. Last but not least, we are now officially subathoning. If you come by Aaron Action RPG on Twitch, the event has now kicked off, and I'm sure it's going insane. So swing by and say hi, and don't forget to check out actionrpg.com. I'm done. Hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.